I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Friday, June the 3rd. Brought to you in part by the American Simmental Association. You know, the optimal balance between yield grade and quality grade is a composite made up of half continental breed and half British breed. See what Sim Genetics can do for you. Go to simmental.org. This cattle market on the cash side is really looking for a direction right now, searching. Been trading pretty much sideways here this week pretty much, and not a lot of things that's happened to make it do one thing or the other. Live cattle futures on the August on Wednesday was down 60 cents. Thursday was back up 20 cents. To end the day on Thursday at 117.65. Now the nearby June is at 121.72, which is still a pretty good discount to what the most recent cash was. Feeder cattle on the August Wednesday was down 67. Thursday down just 2 cents, but all the out fronts were up some. But your August Thursday ended at 146.40. CME feeder cattle index last come out at 145.27. Your real-time index on Cattle Market Central and Beef Market Central has gained more than that in the last couple of days, and it's at 148.68 in a full day in front of the CME index. But we haven't seen any fats trade at all so far this week. If we'd have had a little bit, sometimes we get in there on Tuesday and Wednesday or early Thursday, we get a little bit of trade to give us an idea of what it's going to do, but we don't have an idea yet. You would think with June trading at 121.72 and getting close to the point where you can have delivery, they would buy up some June and then demand delivery, but that never happens. They thought that would happen whenever we started this whole thing, but that never happens. If they went in there and bought any contracts, talking about the packers buying them, then that would mean that that would give support to the market. They don't want to give any support to the market, so we don't have to worry about any demanding of delivery. And with the board running at a big discount to what cash is, we're not going to see any feeders tender for delivery. But this week it just seems like 125. Which side of 125 we're going to be on? Actually, 125 would be a little stronger than the later sales last week, but 125 would probably continue this this sideways trade. If we have something below that, it's going to be very bearish. If we have something above that, it's going to be a somewhat bullish signal, although bullish doesn't have near the strength that the bears do. But you want to watch out for bullish talk right now. A lot of people are talking right now about, you know, how this thing is going to get better, and it looks like that we've hit a bottom. And if you look at fundamentals, especially on the feeder cattle side, there's really nothing to look forward to. Yeah, we're fairly current in the feedlots right now. Some outside things like consumer confidence and things are better. But you look, we got more calves coming this fall than we've had in a long time. We've got a lot of cattle to sell yet. There's going to be a lot of cattle hitting the market ready. The market come the worst time of the year when it's really hot and consumer demand is down a little bit from what it is right here at the beginning of the summer. So, you know, we've still got a big hump to go over before we can see anything that's really long-term bullish. But the markets are pretty good on the cash feeder cattle so far this week. In El Reno, on Wednesday they had 6,200 head. The government market report called feeders $4 to $8 higher and regaining most of all last week's losses. But if you look at Cattle Market Central, it was only about $3 to $6 higher. And look at there's several loads right there from weighing from 850 to 1,000 pounds on Cattle Market Central there. All those loads bringing from 137 1/4 to 146.75 on the lightest ones, just under 8.5, and that's in Pratt, Kansas. And that's very similar to what we saw out of OKC West. It's very similar to what we saw out of Winter and Dodge, and that's pretty much the market there on some big yearling steers coming off right now. But that's 3 minutes. We'll talk to you next week.